You're traveling through another dimension. A dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. A journey into a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of imagination. That's the signpost up ahead. Your next stop.
The heavy attack zone. Hey everyone, Coyote here, and welcome to the heavy attack zone. Today I'm going to show you my biggest heavies and share some of my own thoughts that I developed while working on this build expose. What you're seeing here is some hits that I didn't have my ulti proc, I wasn't fully buffed up, and you can see some of those are critting right around that 20k range. But let's get to those big heavies that I teased from the last video. First up now is the 29k heavy from In the Wild. For those of you wondering, it was Molag Kenna that I had forgotten about. Kudos and bonus points for anyone who had that realization. Moving on, this hit here is only 25k. However, as you hear, 25k, I wish I had corrosive up. I wish I had corrosive up. I did not have an ulti to proc. Save clip. So after such exasperated disappointment, let's finally take a look at the biggest hit that actually cleared 30k. Now, for full disclosure, while DJ and I did stage this duel, it was only after the 29k connection that we decided to do this simulation. In no way was he without armor or was he ultra squishy to make it easier. In fact, take a look at his base stats of the stand-in he was on. Even with the 28,000 resistances on a sword and board bar, he melted to that just dirty heavy. So ultimately, where does that leave us with this build? Obviously, there's big power in Dragonknight heavies and the potential even for juicier damage. But with the long toggle and needing to crit, I want a crit. It can be especially difficult to get a nice scenario for a clean one-shot with only the heavy. And to be clear, I don't think this is cheap. I don't think this is exploitive, at least here on console where we don't have access to those certain add-ons, because Magicka just generally has a 7-meter kill range. So them getting an opportunity to take somebody out from a distance is actually something I welcome. But for me, only having that one single tool in your bag to use, that's just not my playstyle. But I am actually really looking forward to mixing in some more DK skills and implementing something that's more in line with my typical Dragon Gang setup. That way, I have a strong opener in that heavy, but I won't be wholly reliant on it. I'll be able to follow up with other skills to finish them off as I need to. In my next video, I will disclose this build in its entirety, the sets, the CP, everything you need to know. And I will also include whatever my Dragon Gang ultimately settles on as well. And I think potentially a few methods even. But as this did start out as a SawmanUK challenge, let's say 69 likes on this video, or subs. I also like subs. And I will ensure that this build will be done and released before Saturday. That way everyone has the opportunity this weekend to try heavy ganking their buddies. Otherwise, I'm just going to take the extra time and leisure to test, refine, and finish my Dragon Gang. A special thank you to DJ Mats for letting me use his stand-in as a ganking dummy. And thank you all for the support and interest, whether new or continued, as I took on this challenge. And until the next video, I will be in the heavy attack zone.